Hey, Yvonne here, succession planning expert, executive coach, and the creator of Succession app. Today we're going to talk about how to choose your potential successors. When doing succession planning, one of the steps is to pick potential successors. And I get questions from people asking me, how do I choose who's going to be my potential successors? There really are two ways to do that. One is people self-identify. They tell you, I would like to be in your role at some point, or a role similar to yours. So let's say you're the CEO and you're trying to do your CEO succession plan, and you have to pick your potential successors. First of all, is there anybody on your team who's really interested in being the CEO that you know of, who has said to you during their performance review or other meetings with you saying, you know what, in the future I would like to be a CEO here or at another organization. So that's one way, they'll self-identify. The second way is for you to say, gosh, this person really has high potential. I think they could be, with some development, a really good CEO. And so that's really the second way, is for you to say, this person is a high potential. Then I get questions about, do I communicate who the potential successors are for my position? Do I actually communicate to them that they're in the plan? Absolutely yes is the answer. They need to know. In fact, when you're putting together your succession plan, you should be identifying your critical competencies, figuring out who your potential successors are, figuring out where their gaps are in the critical competencies, and then creating development plans for them. One thing I don't want you to communicate is a promise or a guarantee. Too many times people will think, oh, I'm a potential successor, that means I'm going to be the next CEO. And that's not true. You have to make sure that you are not saying it to them. And actually, I would encourage you to say, this isn't a promise that you're going to be the next whatever position they are the potential successor for. We are just developing you because I feel like you have high potential and or you're interested in the position. Succession planning can be tricky. There's a couple things that can happen. So you might have some potential successors and they raise their hand and they say, yes, I will be a potential successor. I'd love to be in the succession plan. I'd love to develop toward the position. And then the position comes available. And a couple things can happen. Two things that are most common. One is some people feel like they're owed the position. So let's say they've been in the organization for a while, they've moved up the organization, other people have gotten the position before them, and now they feel like, oh, it's open again and now it's my turn. So you have to make sure that you're communicating that they're not necessarily, it's not necessarily due to longevity that the person is picked for the position. The other thing that can be tricky is that people can feel pressure from other employees, from staff. I've seen this happen. In fact, for one of my clients, there was somebody who applied for the position of CEO, and the board was feeling really good about her, and of course, all the employees wanted her to get it, and she didn't get it in the end. And she called me and said, thank God I didn't get the position because I didn't want it. The only reason I really went for it is because I felt so much pressure from everybody else. So what can you do? First of all, create a formal succession plan for all your key positions. Second, identify key potential successors, either them self-identifying or you identifying who they might be. Develop your potential successors is the third step. Make sure that you're putting a plan together for them to develop so they're ready in the future when you might be leaving your position. And fourth, remember not to promise or guarantee them the position. If you would like to know how ready your organization is for management turnover, I've included a link below to our free quiz. Take that to find out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below to get information on succession planning, what you need to know.